Hey guys, welcome back to Obsession Car Detailing. My name is Saad, and today I'm standing in front of this absolutely incredible 992-911 Porsche GT3 RS with the Weissach pack in solid black. So the GT3 RS is one of the harder cars to PPF. It's not like a normal 911. You've got all these extra vents. The bonnet is incredibly challenging. This vent here makes it very difficult to do the front fender. You've got the vents in the rear. It's super wide. It's not an easy car to PPF. But what makes this one even harder is that this one was solid black. So when the car came in, it was heavily swirled and scratched up. I don't know where this happened. The car was brought to us straight from the dealer. The dealer didn't wash it or anything. So I suspect this is from the factory. But it was full of like all these little sanding marks and polishing marks and pigtails, swirl marks. It just was not looking great. It looked good from afar, but far from good. Quite that old cliche. We spent a long time actually polishing the car. Full 3-stage correction was performed. We wanted to make sure the paint was as good as possible before we actually PPF it. The car did have some sort of wax or sealant protective layer on top that was actually hiding a lot of the swirls. When we actually washed the car and stripped that, that's what revealed the true nature of the paint, and we were a bit surprised, to say the least. So this car was probably washed about 3 or 4 times during the entire process. There was the initial wash, then we polished it, washed it again, polished again, washed it. It was just, you know, the car kept on leaking dirt. I'm not sure what was going on. Was it in the docks for a while? Was it in the ship for a long time? But this car was very challenging to actually prepare for PPF. Once it was done though, we started applying the film, and we used our in-house custom modified patterns for the best possible fit, like we do with all cars. So for example, on this one here, we've wrapped this top edge over there, that corner is wrapped. On the door here, there's no seam. A lot of places there'll be a little seam there, but we actually stretch the film over the mirror and then shrink it back down so there's no seam there. Of course, we popped off these door trims. They just come off just like that. No tools needed to hide the film there. And we also removed the door handles just with one screwdriver, just to get a nice, good finish there. Prior to application of the film, we actually stripped the original stickers. The owner provided us with some new ones, and then we reinstalled the stickers after applying the film. The reason for that is because these stickers, if you look at them, they're actually a kind of a satin finish. So if we applied the gloss PPF on top, the stickers themselves will turn gloss, which kind of ruins the effect. What you've got here, you've got this kind of super deep gloss black paint, then you've got the matte satin wheels and the satin decals there. Provides this really great contrast. One little finishing touch that we did do on this car was all the carbon. So you've got the spoiler, the roof, and the exposed carbon sections on the bonnet. We actually wrapped those with stealth PPF, giving this really cool contrast that I'm a really big fan of. Like we do on all 911s, we added an extra layer of PPF on top of the main rear quarter piece there. So you've got a second piece that goes just there. You can barely see it, follows the body line there, and it covers this whole area there. And then we cut a third layer of film, which is basically like the OEM piece, which just kind of goes there and there like that. Again, you can barely see that. And then we stuck the decals on top of that. The reason for that is this area cops a lot of damage. Sometimes one layer of film might not be enough to protect from some serious damages. So we actually apply 3 layers of film there. And it also means if this area does get damaged, you don't need to replace the whole piece of film. You can simply replace this small piece and of course get a new decal there as well. The natural place you'd expect to find a GT3 RS is the track, but most see more street time than track time. However, with this car, the owner has purchased it to use primarily on the track, and it will be driven on the street only to go to and from the track. Because it is primarily a track car, you got lots of rubber flying at you. We actually installed one of our new products on this car, which you can't really see, which is the windscreen protection film. Think of it like PPF, but for your windscreen. Optically clear, almost invisible film that protects your windscreen from, little chips and scratches, bits of rubber flying at the windscreen. I don't know how much a windscreen on a GT3 RS costs, but given the price of the car, I can't imagine that it's cheap, which is why putting windscreen protection film on your car is pretty cheap insurance for a car that's going to see a lot of track time, or even a car that's going to see a lot of mountain driving or group driving. If you do got a lot of drives with other car enthusiasts, especially those who run sticky tires, even on the street, they'll throw up stones and bits of tire and things like that on your windscreen. So it's cheap insurance. It's a product that I've been testing on my personal car. Kelvin's been testing it on his personal car for the last 12 months or so, and now we're finally confident enough to be able to install it on customers' cars, and we can highly recommend this product, so hit us up if you're interested in that. As usual, after all the PPF was complete, we installed the XPEL Fusion Ceramic Coating on the paintwork. This is version 2, fantastic product. We also installed the glass coating on the glass and coated all the plastics, the wheels as well. We didn't remove the wheels, but being so big, they're quite easy to get into from behind, so we were able to coat the wheel faces, the spokes, and the barrels without taking them off. Being center locks, we don't remove them. And the final touch was the interior leather and fabric coating, installing some PPF on the gloss black center console because that always gets scratched up, and of course some satin PPF on the screen to stop any glare and keep away those fingerprints. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video showing what we did on this absolutely amazing GT3 RS. If you've got a car that you'd like us to work our magic on, get in touch on the details below. And until then, stay protected.